In this episode of Valheim, we'll be building a road that goes from the spawn all the way to our city. This is going to be a long video, so sit tight. Alright, first things first, we gotta name our city. In the end, I decided to name it Eve City, denoting as it the first. So as you can see on this map, originally I had planned to follow the red line, but throughout the building of the road, we end up doing the blue line. So we start at our city, and I have to clear everything first. Man, it was so much work, honestly. Like, I didn't expect myself to even make the Silk Road, but I was just very lazy to farm for a teleporter, and I decided, hey, no one's ever done this, right? This boring menial task. I said, let's make a Silk Road. And that's how it was born, and this amazing idea just came up in my head. So every time we go forward into the Silk Road, we have numerous what's this called, rest stations. So as you can see throughout the video, we make like small huts with workbenches and beds so people can sleep while they're traversing this Silk Road from the spawn all the way to our city. I thought this would be an excellent way to put some world building elements into our server, and I kinda liked it a bit because, hey, who knows, maybe I want to branch out to the other side of the island, or maybe make a port on the other side of the island. And I thought this would be an amazing opportunity to do that. The difficult part was going through this particular forest, the Black Forest, because as you know, the Black Forest has so many freaking monsters, and I got kind of, worried like, oh, what if they break our huts and houses and stuff like that. And you're gonna see soonly, I'm gonna regret even going through the middle of the Black Forest. But let's not worry about that now. So as you can see, the most important part of making this path is utilizing the hoe to make a ground path and cutting down the trees and removing all the rocks. This way, when you make the ground path, it's very easy to see where a player has traversed because one, there's going to be no trees and the path is going to be clear. And oh wait, did I say 3? Okay, forget about that. That was all the reasons. And now at this particular moment, I found this abandoned tower and I thought, hey, let's turn this into like a mini fortress tower. So here comes the best narrative. This is a very nice place, so I decided to build a bed. Then we go up the stairs, I got stuck a bit. That's okay. I hear 2 rattling noises. I don't know what I heard, but there was 2 skeletons up there and I nearly died because I nearly fell off the tower. But that's alright. Let's go get some wood, patch this tower up, and we can turn it into a rest tower so that people are traversing through the dark forest, the Black Forest, will be able to rest here. So I put down a bed and we got the campfire going on all over here. So it's a really nice, looks real nice. One problem, there's freaking goblins everywhere around here. Not goblins, I don't know what they're called, dwarfs, whatever. So I had to put spikes down so we could protect it. But little did I know, there was the biggest threat of all, lingering in the dark forest. You wouldn't believe what I saw. As I was chopping down wood, after fighting off this small wave of gremlins, I don't know what they're called, I decided, man, we need to make this even better. So we put down roofs down on this tower, everything you could think of, just to make it a little bit livable. Even put some doors in the back and the front. It started to shape up, got torches, very comfy and nice. All this going through a crazy storm. So further on into the night, you can tell that we're pretty exhausted and we took a rest because we're now rested, and I decided to cut some wood, just minding my own business, just getting some wood. But then in the corner of my eye, danger was coming down. Now instinctively I would fight this mother. Instinctively, I would fight this troll. But lucky for him, I was actually pretty low on arrows because I had just fought a lot of freaking waves before this. So I actually wanted to go back into my base and try to make arrows. But I did not know that the troll could break buildings. Yes, I did not know he could break the buildings. So I stood there, taking all damage. And it was an exciting battle right here. You know, I'm like trying to figure out, okay, he can't hit me here, right? I'm like hidden. I thought he would run away, but no. He's like, you're dead, bro. And that entire base was wiped out in an instant, right before my eyes. And that was the end of the Silk Road adventures. Just kidding, I respawned, I ran all the way back there, and I picked myself back right up. And we started continuing the Silk Road. And this is what happened, where our deviation of our original path was met with an uncertainty that I wasn't accounting for. So I decided to build alongside the ocean or lake bank. I'm not even sure if this is an ocean because on the other side there was like another island which is encapsulated. So I think it's a pretty small lake or something, but we decided to build on the edge of that. And then we just kept building and building, and some of the hard parts was that sometimes the enemies would spawn right on the bank, so they would attack the workbench. So I had to make like trenches along the way and put some obstacles somehow right before the little huts that we have, like these rest areas. I then illuminate them with torches, and later on we added signs to them indicating where this road is going and how many more miles it is. So as you can see, it was just a lot of work, just cutting down trees, mining out rocks, leveling the ground, making sure that it's freaking obvious because, you know, everyone's different. No one can tell what's a path in this game, so I wanted to make it very obvious that this is a path that you should follow, and this is the path that will take you to our city. That's freaking amazing and booming with life and yeah, just life. So then once we get to the spawn soon, I also made a beginner hut for players to rest. Now let me just go over some quick tips on the best things you should do. Always bring some bows and arrows because you never know what kind of monster you can fight. As you can see, I had to fight so many monsters. I think most of the time I spent my time fighting mobs. They just kept respawning and respawning and respawning. I don't know what's wrong with this seed, it just has so many monsters. And then I even fought off a troll, but this time I had arrows, so that was easy. The first time we encountered a troll, I didn't have arrows, so he got lucky. So I just continued to dig through, you know, cut down the trees. So many trees were cut down in this video, you know. Millions of trees are gone. Yeah, and that's the troll right here. I fought him off, and I won, don't worry. And yeah, we just continued and continued. Cutting down the trees. Ooh, man, you know, I've been cutting down trees for weeks. And then I look at the map and be like, oh my god, I'm halfway there. And then we skip forward a bit, you know, building another hut, and we're like halfway to the spawn point. But thankfully, after the Black Forest portion of the Silk Road, it's just much more easier because it's a meadows, and meadows has less trees, and we are able to traverse without any disturbances of the mobs. So I just made the path very easily, quickly. You know, we had some imperfections along the way, but for the most part, the path looks like a path that you should follow. Even through the storm, through the rain, through the thunder, through the sun, through the night, through the day, we kept on making that Silk Road because I was determined to finish this project. It was gonna be like even though it's one of the easiest projects, it was definitely one of the most consuming projects because it takes just a lot of time, you know. Did you not see how big the distance we were covering? And to my estimated eye, I would say that it was around 25 miles from the spawn point to our city. How did I get 25 miles? I just used the math in my brain. I can't really explain, I just eyed it. I was just formulating some sort of thing like, oh, if it took me like 5 minutes to get from this point to this point, in real life I would say that's probably a mile, and that's how I did my calculations. Alright adventurers, so if you made it this far into the video, now is the showcase part of the video where I just traversed the Silk Road from the spawn all the way to our city. Enjoy the rest, but stay tuned for the end. So after traversing our very own Silk Road number 1, it took us approximately 6 to 10 minutes to get from the spawn point all the way to our city, and we still got the rested boosted effect in the top right corner. I would say that was quite a successful project, and I could say that Silk Road 1 is the recommended way to get to Eve City. I'll see you next time, adventurers, in the next Valheim video.